Go around them, they keep people. I like crazy, they keep person. They use a lot of what they keep people. I like crazy, they keep person. I like a lot. Go around them, they keep people. I like crazy, they keep person. Salam alaikum, alaikum assalami. Salam alaikum, say na based on we want. But no be Muslim is not a Christian. How we there for Bible? We kill ourselves. Salam alaikum, alaikum assalami. Salam alaikum, say na based on we want. But no be Christian is not a Muslim. How we there for Or make people ourselves. They come from Shah, they want some with terrorists. Come from Niger, they want some with terrorists. Every day by day, them are bombing our schools, killing our youth. We know they happy. So they use a lot. What could that keep people? Allah is crazy, they keep person. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is crazy, they keep person. But they use Allah, what could that keep people? Allah is crazy, they keep person. Go around them, they keep people. Allah is crazy, they keep person. Prophet Muhammad is the road to Allah. Prophet Muhammad no they kill for Allah. King they preach peace to the unbelievers. Change your ways and turn to Allah. Prophet Muhammad is the road to Allah. Prophet Muhammad no they kill for Allah. King they preach peace to the unbelievers. They can change our ways and turn to Allah. The wages of sins, say my brother and dead.
Hello, welcome. My name is Temitope Olodo. I'm a preventive terrorism consultant, author, and president of African Security Forum. So thank you so much for joining me today. Today, our conversation is going to be quite interesting because there's a lot of things that have happened in Nigeria that I think we need to touch base on. There's a lot of security activities that are going on in Nigeria, and as a result of that, a lot of things we've seen, a lot of movement, a lot of shifting, and I like to talk about those issues. So do not change your dial at this moment. If you're watching us right now on Facebook, you can watch us right now on LinkedIn, and you can watch us live on Twitter. So like this page, share this page, tell friends that I'm live and I'm going to be talking about Nigeria's situation because the spotlight is on Nigeria. As many of you are already aware, there's a lot of jailbreak going on in Nigeria, and any right human being will assume that one of the safest place one of the safest place are security institutions in any country around the world. But it seems as super camps, prison, install prison facilities are not a safe place. So the criminals we have in Nigeria now, they are daredevil that they are willing to go there and actually take away they're actually willing to go into those prisons, to remove their colleagues. And I don't know why this is happening in Nigeria. And only, we need to really look into that. But while we do that, quickly play this video for you. And thank you so much. I can see one of my brother is watching live. You know, a security expert himself is watching. But while we're doing that, let me play this video about the radicalization in Nigeria because I think this is quite important. And then we go back into we go back straight into
to, to accelerate, because once we hear all these issues of those that are involved directly or indirectly in Boko Haram activities, they should be brought to book and used as an example to deter others. But so far, I think we have not been up and doing on that. That is one side. But you know, again, for example, I am in disagreement with the government on the issue of de-radicalizing and reintegrating. My position is still the same. The executive's position is different, but I still maintain that position. You can't be resettling people, pampering them, while the war is not over. I mean, I don't know about my other colleagues. My position of the committee is something. Okay, now the committee. Thank you very much. The committee, that's why my voice has gone up. The committee is on the same page, and I believe many Nigerians are on the same page with us. I, in my own village, Malams, that are Muslims, not ordinary Muslims, but Malams, elders above 60, caught me 75 of them.
it's a very, very sad story. 75 Malams, elderly people were slaughtered. Helpless individuals were slaughtered by these Boko Haram ISI groups. And yet the government is saying that they're going to take in those people. In fact, this evening, one of the honorable minister in Nigeria, the minister for police affairs, was saying that if the bandits surrender, they will actually take them on board and find what they can give them. Meanwhile, the individuals that they've killed, the individuals that they've adopted, kidnapped, and slaughtered, like animals, you've not even given their family any compensation of any kind. Yes, I can. I don't know why, but there seems to be a fluctuation in the internet service. So I'm going to actually look into that. But I hope you could hear me clearly now. I think it's much improving now. So yeah, these are very serious issue, and I know from my experience, having worked, in the field of de-radicalization for many years, that individuals that we're talking about that need to be de-radicalized are either individuals that are about to finish their service, finish their sentences for the crime they committed, or individuals that are being attracted to radicalization, and then you pick them up before they actually get into it. You identify the many drivers. Some of them are religious, some of them are mental issues, some of them are poverty, some of them are different things, pressure group, peer group challenges. You pick them up and then you deconstruct those individuals and actually work with those individuals to make them valuable members of the community. But for individuals that have actually carried out taking their machete to cut people's head, imagine the guy that went to Syria, the British guy that went to Syria, the Johnny guy, and imagine the UK government and UK government and Syria government saying, we're going to de-radicalize this individual when it's not even face any trial. It would be ridiculous. Now the army is the judge, the jury, the executioner in this whole process, and that's why the whole system is a shambles. We don't even have any record of statistics in terms of the performance of this group, of this de-radicalization project, including the Operation Safe Corridor. And this is not a way of diminishing the activities of the Nigerian military and some of their partners that are working on this. But these are issues, if you want to build community confidence and you want to actually show that things are working well, these are the kind of things that Nigerians and international, you know, stakeholders are looking out for, that they really want to see. They really, really are keen to note that you have actually put in the right things. And I think it's important while we're talking about the effort of the military. It's important to reveal that in the last few days or weeks, the military have actually gone out on the offensive in terms of their activities. Activities they've actually gone out to start doing some very serious work out there, and I think it's important that I share that video. So we could see from the video that they're actually going out there. They're going into the community, into those areas where the Boko Haram and Aswab and the bandits are actually causing havoc, and they're going there to do the work. So there is no doubt in my mind that they are doing a good job, and I want to give kudos to those military officials that are out there in the war front, doing a lot of work, putting their life on the line. We really need to appreciate them. And as a result of the activities, we know that some of the kids that were adopted have been returned. Those that were adopted in Kaduna, unfortunately, the one from the Christian school in Kaduna are still outstanding. The parents have paid up to 200 million. Yet, when families have paid up to 200 million to this same bandit, these are the same bandits that the minister for police is saying that, oh yes, if they come forward, we will take them, we will give them some money. Have you given the families of the victims of kidnapping, families of victims that they've killed, have you given them any money? These people go into, especially in Niger State, these guys go into villages and slaughter human beings. They just don't go there. This bandit, that's why I don't call them bandit, I call them hybrid bandit. They are not even bandit, you just want to go in, steal what you want to steal, and run away. You don't want to go in quickly, steal what you want to steal, and run away. You don't want to even be caught. But these guys will go into a community, they will slaughter the people and take their things. They will take sucking mothers that are just breastfeeding, and they will return the baby and keep the mother. What kind of diabolical activities is that? And you say this kind of individuals are the individuals that you are willing to to have amnesty with? It does not make sense. What you should be saying is, if you've not yet been caught and you want to stop your activities, drop your weapon so that we don't actually come out and start bombing you people. But that's not what these guys are doing. These people, when they hear some weapons, they will come out. Look at the 5,000. Let's talk about the 5,000. The 5,000 that the military is boasting and shouting have come out. We've not seen any equivalent proportionate numbers of weapons released by these individuals. They've not come out with 3,000 weapons. AK-45. My brother that is working that is watching, Mr. Ora Aratokun Ali is a specialist in the use of close protection weapons and things like that. If they even bring out weapons of this type, people like him will attest, okay, yes, these guys are doing their work, but they've not. They've not brought out any weapon. We've not even seen 100 pieces of weapons to say these 5,000 have brought out 100 pieces of weapons. And we know that these guys, both ISWAP, have been sacking military establishments and taking weapons from there. Where are those weapons? So when people come out and say, "Oh, yes, these guys have actually come out," and they're no longer interested in causing havoc, you ask, are these actually the kind of people that we're actually looking out for? I don't think so. Personally, I think these people should be looked at, reviewed by an independent body, and if we believe that there's a prima facie case against them, that they've committed atrocity, then those people should face the music. But if they just been kidnapped by Boko Haram, which they normally do, and like the women they were used to cook or used to run their supplies, then we can look at it again, and people will know that, oh, this person was, or Mr. Muhammad was actually picked up. He was with the Boko Haram camp for 5 years. He was cooking for them or making just running errands for them, but not actually involved in any killing, and nobody can actually come out to say he has killed. Then those kind of people we can work with them, rehabilitate them back into the community, and the community will know that they are not part. But people that have gone, like the Senator Ali was say, people that have actually gone into the community, killed and slaughtered people, you don't want to take them back. It's not going to be possible. It is not going to be possible. So I believe that there is need for the military, for the Nigerian government, to review their strategy in terms of what they're doing. Now, if now I want you to like this page, I want you to share this page, I want you to tell your friends that I'm live, and let's look into, we're talking about security. Tell me where you're watching from. I know you're watching me on Facebook. I know people are watching me right now on LinkedIn, and people are also watching me on YouTube. Thank you, Mr. John. Mr. John, for joining me. The amnesty program is definitely a no-no as far as I'm concerned. Amnesty program is not done in this way. Now, amnesty program, there is nowhere an amnesty program have been introduced for religious terrorist group. You can quote me anywhere. Even when the governor of Borno State was talking about countries where people have been reintegrated back into community. We're not talking of people people involved in religious terrorism. Those are the most difficult kind of people to de-radicalize. I'm telling you, I've been in that situation, so I know. So I can tell you, and I can tell you from authority. Now let's listen to what the Kano State Governor has to say about bandits. And I think that is very important for my viewers to listen to, in order for you to understand exactly what we are dealing with in Nigeria. Because it is not just a Nigeria issue alone, an issue that cuts across West Africa, and it needs a needs a West African approach to deal with a retaliatory intervention, if I can use that word, because these guys are coming in from all kind of places and causing havoc, and need for us to look at this issue.
Otherwise, we are just scratching the problem on the back. We must understand these issues. There are ECOWAS problems. As of now, there are ECOWAS problems. So through ECOWAS, there must be a means of either registering the cattle that are coming into Nigeria or preventing the movement of cattle.
And I think he said it all. The government have two options. Now you are attacking these bandits, you are attacking all these foreign people coming into the UK. I know that the president and some other people, and I love the president, so please, he's a man that I respect. He said that these guys are who doesn't know where people are getting the insinuation that they are foreigners and things like that. But the governor of Katsina State and the governor of Kano State are coming out and say these Fulani guys that are coming in are actually responsible for some of the havoc because some of them are not Nigerians. And yet the federal government refused when the governor of Ondo State said that they are going to register people that are in their forest. People started fighting the governor to say you can't register anybody. Why is it that you can't register people? Why is it that Nigerians are so scared of somebody having an ID card? Why can't you just register people so that when people have even committed an offense, i.e., their cattle has eaten somebody's crops or whatever, you can actually come out and say, okay, your cattle have committed this offense. Where's your ID card? Look at the ID card. There will be no need for the farmer to start fighting because he has the name of the person. They can go um, to their leader and say, okay, look at what this guy have done, and there could be compensation the way it used to be done in the past. But now these guys have no ID card. They will slaughter people, and then they will disappear, and then an innocent Fulani man who is just going the right legitimate way with his cattle will be seen on the road, and they will think it's the same person, and then they will slaughter him, and then there's conflict. So those are the kind of issues we are dealing with. But where there is proper identification in Nigeria of today, since 2002 to date, nobody that have committed suicide, that have been involved in suicide bombing, Nigeria have never named one to say this person committed suicide bombing. This is the name of the person. Why in Europe, in America, and other places, within 48 hours, they are able to come out with names of the people that have committed this offense. And yet the Nigerian government is so reluctant to make that happen. What is it that everything had to be politics? We play politics with number of people that die. We play politics with people that are killed and we don't compensate the family. We play politics with soldiers that sacrifice their life. We can't even lower the flag for them. We can't do memorial and call their name so that their children can have videos and say, "Ah, that's the name of my dad that is being called by the minister of police or the chief of defense staff." That it's only when it's only one pilot that flies and that's when you have this is. But when soldiers die, you bury them in groups. It is not right. And that's why nobody will be motivated to do this work. And I talked about it in one of my subsequent videos that you could watch. And I think there is need for us to do that. While we are still on this issue, let me use this opportunity also to tell you that I'll be speaking in one of the biggest security conferences taking place in the United Kingdom. People come from all over the world for this conference. It's International Security Expo, and you can watch it live, online. You can also be on ground for this conference. There are hundreds of exhibitions. There are people that are coming with drones, all kind of security equipment. So if you're a security expert, security practitioner, expert, this is a program that you must attend. I'll be speaking at that conference, and I'm so excited, to be speaking because it's only for the big boys. Really, it's only for the big boys. I'll be privileged and be invited to speak at this conference. I want you to listen to a promo that I actually prepared for the conference, and I just felt let me play this promo for my people so that at least you have an opportunity of listening to that promo. Listen to the promo, and you can share it also with your friends. The video of that promo is on my Facebook page, is on my LinkedIn page. They come up so you can watch it. My name is Temitope Olodo. I'm a preventive terrorism consultant, author, and president of African Security Forum. Based in the United Kingdom. I actually will be talking about evolving global threat, rewriting global preventive terrorism strategy. That is what I'll be talking about. I'll be talking about the evolving threat of terrorism as it affects the world. We're out of COVID. We're now talking about terrorism and how our countries are dealing with the issue of terrorism and how our countries around the world dealing with the issue of terrorism. That is what we're going to be looking at, and more or less, looking into those information and finding the best practice and how to ensure that we keep humanity safe, keep people safe, and keep our business rolling. If there's one takeaway from this session, it will be better understanding of the paradox shift in the concept of preventive terrorism. Alright. You can the video. I've put the link on the page on the side. You could actually go to the link, and the event is actually free. You could actually register for it. It's definitely going to be great. I'm going to be speaking on the 29th, and I'm going to be doing a powerful presentation. You do not want to miss that presentation. It will be eye-opening. I'll be speaking of varieties of issues, crunching numbers, and actually giving you the latest information in the world of preventive terrorism, which is my area of expertise, and that is what I'll be looking into. Our prisons in Nigeria have been broken into not once, not twice, and yet, you know, everything when the Minister of State for Police was talking today about it, was saying, we hope in the name of God. I have no problem with the name of God. I believe in God, but I don't think God came down from earth, to work in the affairs of man. It is man. God has given that power to work. And when you put a crappy system in place, you get crappy response. We don't hear of of Ghana, even Cameroon beside us or Benin, that they're breaking into their prison facilities. It's only in Nigeria that we're getting all this kind of service, and it's a disgrace. It makes us a lacking stock. So I will say to the minister, please, 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 put your house in order. What you are doing is just completely out of order. You guys you are disgracing us abroad, and there's a lot of us when we wake up in the morning, we watch Nigerian news, and sometimes we feel like throwing things at our screen that we bought with our our head money. Please, please, you need to change your strategy, change your approach, and do things properly. Please, you need to do things properly. There is need for us. The president needs to rejig his security architecture. Believe you me, because the way things are going now, we can't continue this way. We cannot continue this way. There is there is the iPod in the southeast. There's Sunday Igboho group, the Yoruba Nation in the southwest. There is bandits outside and Boko Haram in the north. Everywhere seems to be full of all kind of security challenges, and yet, we do not have, or we are not coming up with innovative approaches to address the challenges that we're facing. And yet we come out and say, oh, we're on top of it, we're on top of it. You're not on top of anything. In fact, you are losing ground, because what I would have expected was that as even when the minister of state for police was asked about some of the initiative that is put in place, he cannot even come out and say these have been in position since X. This is what we have delivered. It can't. Even the CCTV, when they asked, he said there is a work in progress. Everything is always work in progress. He could easily have come out to say, okay, as a minister of state for policing, when I came in, the Nigerian police was said to be the worst in the world, even though I do not ascribe to that. I do not believe Nigerian police is that worst. But since coming in, these are 5 things that we have achieved that will reduce the number in terms of when you look at the parameters of measuring police performance. This is what we have done. We have moved Nigerian police from police force to police service in order to make them accountable. During that period, we are the only country in the world that have actually allowed, working with state government, allowed for a a review of police activities and police brutality with states. You can say that even the Black Life Matters in America, they don't even have that. Why am I teaching this guy his job? He's getting paid. I'm not getting paid for it. These are, and that shows you the intent. When you have somebody that is smart, that knows what he's doing, that knows about using smarter objective, smarter objective. When I say smarter objective, it must be the objective must be specific, it must be measurable, it must be actual, it must be realistic, it must be timely, you must be able to evaluate it and review it. That's why it's smarter objective. Set up smarter objective, and when people call you, you should be able to speak from the top of your head. As minister, what are you doing? Are you drinking kunu on your office table every morning and afternoon, or eating milk cooker? Is that the reason why you can't even come out effectively and speak about the things that you are doing? You're signing paper, pushing paper, and yet you can't even come up with 10 or 5 activities that you've done over a period of few months, or sometimes that's the reason why government need to be, all these old people need to go and sit down in their farm and retire and be drinking brukutu. On a serious note, and this is not an insult, it's because they are not sharp enough to be placed with their contemporary across the world to deliver an effective 21st century policing. You know, when you're talking about a 21st century policing, I was a special constable in Kent, and I did that, for some few months and years, and I can tell you, I know what it means to police on the beat. And I know what we need to do. If you're watching me right now, please like this page, share this page, tell your friends I'm live talking about, restructuring of our police force, restructuring of our military, because the military should be withdrawn from most of the things that they're doing. And the military is not about just about, cutting communication, good for them to do that. Having a joint operation against bandits and pushing them out, good. But you must have both the kinetic and non-kinetic. And non-kinetic does not mean just saying amnesty. No, no, no. It's not just about amnesty. These people are slaughter people. Those one must face the law. We're talking of young people that are thinking of being attracted to them because they are vulnerable. There's initiative in place to ensure that those individuals do not get caught up in that. That is what we're talking about. If you have a question for me, please let me know. Tell me where you're watching from. Let me know your thoughts and views. Do you think I'm wrong? Am I talking rubbish? Let me know. Tell me if I'm talking rubbish. If you think that what the Nigerian military and Nigerian police are doing is sufficient enough in light of our situation, and they are doing their very best, which is even 95%, and they are able to deliver, let me know. Send me, let me know. Let me know. Let me know if that is the case, because I don't think they are delivering enough. And I recognize and appreciate the military. I salute them. I'm not saying I do not salute them. I'm not saying I do not salute their courage and their activity, the work that they do. But I think when you benchmark Nigerian military and Nigerian police in terms of what they are doing with others that are facing similar activities of terrorism, you find out that they are actually underperforming. And when you underperform, it's either you get uh, uh, a performance review letter saying that you are being watched and you might lose your job, or you'll be scrapped completely and a new group will be brought together. We need to understand that it was following the 9/11 incident that the Office for the Coordination of Counter-Terrorism and the Homeland Security was created. It was because of the 7/7 that the Office for Security and Counter-Terrorism, where I worked in the UK, was created. Every time there is terrorism, there are certain things and certain movements that need to happen. All we did was create the Office of the National Security Advisor, but yet they do not have teeth. They have a strategy that is brilliant in paper, but there is no activity, there is no implementation plan. Look at it. Document is not even available. They don't even have a website in the first place. So finish in the 21st century where an office does not have a website. UK counterterrorism strategy is online. Google Australia counterterrorism strategy is online with implementation plan. Google American counterterrorism strategy is out there. Google Nigerian counterterrorism strategy. Boom, boom, boom. It will just tell you it's not available. That is the kind of system we have, and yet we have been saying it month after month, year after year, and nobody listening is doing anything about it. All the incidents that happen, there are white papers that are created. Whenever somebody is killed, whenever there's a bombing, white papers are created. But where are the documents? Where are the documents to say this is what happened, these are lessons learned from it, and this is how we improve things? All the guys that were blown during the Yaya bombing or the bombing in Kano, in Abuja, all of them, nobody is taking care of them. Those guys are working on their own, trying to feed for their own. They've lost their job. Some of them lost their hands. Some of them lost their leg. Nothing. Even the United Nations, where an incident happened in Abuja, they created a memorial for them. And recently, some few weeks ago, they actually had a memorial for the people and the children. And they said one of the parents came out and said, if not for the United Nations that took care of all their child, they are looking at all the people that the same incident happened to in Nigeria, and nothing have been done for them. Government need to do something. Imagine nothing since 2009, effectively, when Boko Haram became an headache in Nigeria, to now, which is 11 years, or almost 11, 12 years. None of those people who have been victim of Boko Haram have actually been compensated by the Nigerian state. Yet the senators are getting huge sum of money. It doesn't make sense. And yet you say you are deradicalizing those individuals and you want them to become effective members of the community. You are training them, and the people you are keeping in IDP camp, you are not training them. And if you train them, you're only training them, you're not giving them tools for them to work. Does not make sense. So, and that's the reason why the senator could come out and say, no, I don't think this is going to work. No, I don't think this is the right way to go. And I will have to support the senator on this, because I think that the approach we are taking is completely wrong. Completely wrong. So we need to review the way in which we are doing things. If you're watching me right now, I want you to like this page. I want you to share this page. And I'll take a few minutes to also look at the issue of uh, the agitators who are actually thinking of leaving Nigeria, which is the Yoruba Nation and the iPod. Those two groups are majority of people joining there because they have concerns about the state called Nigeria, the nation called Nigeria. They have a problem with it because the state is not taking care of their needs. And since these people have come out, government has not come out to say these are the reasons why you need to be part of Nigeria, and these are the benefits of being part of Nigeria, and this is the reason why you need to work with us to make Nigeria great. Instead, they're saying, oh, if you go, you will not be able to stay on your own. Let them go. And if they can't stay on their own, then maybe they will reconsider. But you've not given them anything. You've not said this wealth of the nation, we are using it to provide you good roads. We are using it to help your children to go to school. You say that it's free education, yet parents have to pay money. Their daughters have to, the lecturers have to be pursuing their daughters to sleep with them before they could get their result. Children can't even pay for their WAEC or GCSE, and yet you are saying that this nation, they should stick with this nation. Why would they want to stick with it? I'm not advocating that people in Nigeria should break. What I'm saying is that we're not providing them with an alternative. There was a conference that was held, a national conference, and recommendation were made, yet we dogmatically insist that we're not going to review that document. And yet we said we're in a country called Nigeria, where we're saying there should be a review of the constitution, and then you're insisting that there will be no review. And that if there's going to be a review, the National Assembly should come up with that review. When the National Assembly are not interested in any review of that kind because it will affect their power. And the more you continue to play lip service to it, the more the agitators will continue to be boldened, and the more they will be able to convince others that there is need for them to go with them. You see, that is the situation. If you are watching me right now, I want you to tell me where you are watching me. Are you watching me on LinkedIn? Are you watching me on Twitter? Are you watching me on Facebook? Let me know where you're watching me for, and let me tell me, send me a question. Let me know if there are things that you want me, questions that you think I need to answer. Let me know so that I could actually deal with it, because I think we are now at a stage where we really need to review the architecture, because I don't think the security architecture that we have currently is working for Nigerians. It is not working. Nigerians cannot move from point A to point B because of all the ongoing challenges that we're facing in the nation. There's so much challenges in the nation, and Nigerians are concerned. Nigerians are really concerned, and they are hoping that we could come up, the Nigerian state can come up with a solution to all the challenges. Yet we're not coming up with any effective solution. We're not coming up with any solution that is worthy, that we could say, yes, this is a good solution to the challenges that we're facing. So how come if we're not coming up with a solution, and yet we're insisting that these people cannot go on their own? Even when they talk about referendum, you said there's nothing like that in Nigerian constitution. When they talk about the fact that they want to leave, you ridicule them, yet you are not giving them an alternative. That is not right. I don't think that is right. The Nigerian state needs to find a way to address some of the challenges confronting Nigeria at the moment. And if we cannot find a solution to those challenges, then we have a big problem. That is the situation that we're in. This is a video that talks about some of the
banditry
challenges
and
that is going on in Nigeria,
kidnapping
and the
have
military.
remained a constant in Nigeria, which is why government is tackling the problem head on. But the recent appointment of service chiefs, Nigerians are optimistic that the spate of insecurity will be contained. Lane Leneke reports.
Security in any developing country is paramount to safeguard the lives and property of citizenry. Protecting the integrity of the nation cannot be relegated both on land, sea, and air. With recent uprising across the country, increased insecurity due to activity of Boko Haram insurgents, the need to restructure the nation's security architecture became a necessity, which entails injecting new strategies in winning the fight.
More or less having to build on the foundations that have been laid and taking it to another level where success becomes the critical issue. And I think
Yes, the new service chief have come. At least, if anything, we can give them credit that they're actually working together. There's a joint working. I've met with the chief of army staff before when he was still head of the multinational task force. He was in London for a conference. I attended the conference, an international conference again, where I spoke and we met, and he met with my members, and he was very pleased. Was very pleasant. He listened to some of the things we had to say. Gave him advice about the way we see how things should done. But yes, and I'm happy that he's meeting with retired uh, military personnel, to talk to them. But he's not met with private security consultants to say, okay, what is it that you guys could bring from outside the military thinking that could add value? You see, there are a lot of Nigerians in Nigeria and outside Nigeria that could add value. But these guys are not interested. If you don't wear a uniform before or whatever, or wear a uniform which is similar to their own, it's all about job, food, or job for the boys. And that is not the solution. That's not the way to find solution to the Nigerian problem. It's not. And I'm so sad that this ongoing situation will not solve. Problem will not solve. I've once said, and I said it before, the chief of army staff even said it. I said it a long time ago, and if you Google it, I've said it, that Nigerian well, challenges with terrorism cannot be resolved in 20 years. I've actually come out on record to say that even 20 years will just be the starting point, because there is a lot of issues that need to be addressed. If you've not win community confidence or win the community to yourself, you can't win the war on terror. And as we stand, we've not won the community to ourselves. You know, a lot of communities are happy to work with Boko Haram, happy to work with ISWAPs. ISWAP, for example, will not go after community, but they actually go after military installation, compared to Boko Haram, which was the cause of the conflict between Boko Haram and ISWAP. And ISWAP had to drive into where Boko Haram leader was, Shikau, and kill Shikau, and drove out again, and nothing happened to the ISWAP group that came to do the operation within Nigeria. So that is an insult on the Nigerian state, and yet nothing has happened on that issue. So there is a lot of challenges that we are facing in Nigeria. As we are rounding up right now, I'd like to use this opportunity to thank you for tuning in, and I hope you tune in on Thursday again when we talk about the security challenge that we are facing. But let me in 2 minutes say that I think there is a need for a proper risk assessment of all the prisons in Nigeria. There's a need to decongest the prison of all the people that are waiting trials. I think the Nigerian Bar Association, the bench, need to really work on this issue, looking in there and finding people that are not. I think there is need for private prisons that are run by private citizens, where people that commit basic offense like just mere fighting on the road, loitering, which is not even an offense, you know, fighting your wife, all those kind of things. Basic, simple offenses, which are not custodial kind of offenses, can just be taken out and given to private companies to manage, while the hardened criminals are left, with the federal government to deal with. And I think that is the way it should go, because you can't keep people awaiting trial for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years. I think that is a disgrace. That should not be happening. Honestly, I think that should not be happening. So I think there is a need to review the way we do things in Nigeria. Thank you so much for joining me today. I'm very, very pleased that you could stay with me up to this point. And I hope that we could meet again very soon. My programs are every Tuesdays, every Thursdays, every Thursdays, and every Saturday. And I look forward to you joining me again on Thursday as we come to you live on issue of insecurity in Nigeria. And I think you will really, really enjoy it. Definitely, I know you would enjoy it. Thank you so much.
Though they use Allah, they keep people. Allah is great, they keep us.